Hey guys, I know it's been a while since I have been making videos, but I had just been so busy with life. And when life be lifing, life be lifing. But I want to tell you all, and I have gotten this request so many times, I am back behind the chair now. I'm back behind the chair because that is where God led me to be. And it's funny because a lot of people say they prayed me back, which is another whole nother story. But I'm back behind the chair and I'm doing healthy hair makeovers and I'm doing sewn and weaves and I'm also doing silk presses. I'm just helping women feel more confident, more cared for, seen, loved, respected, and all that type of stuff in my salon. So if you're interested in experiencing what I have to offer at Lengthy Strands Salon, then by all means, I'll put the link below so you can go check out my website. But let's get to this video. Okay, so what you're gonna see in this video is a full length, no hold bar consultation that I've done with one of my customers. And I do these type of consultations regularly because I want to know exactly what my customer is expecting out of their hair care journey, what they're expecting from me, and just so I can know what their heart is. Because a lot of things go on in the salon. So I like to get to the nitty gritty so we can know what direction to go in. The reason why I do what I do is because I absolutely love people. I absolutely love the transformation and just helping women reach their goals that they thought that otherwise they wouldn't be able to reach. I do this because this is what God leads me to do. This is my ministry, and I just want to help as many women as possible be able to feel good and confident about themselves and about their hair. So, one thing I will say is that in the salon atmosphere, it's important to build trust. A lot of times what happens in the salon atmosphere is that the stylist needs and desires will override what the client wants. And I don't think that's fair because in a lot of situations, we need to build trust with a customer first before we do these other things. We need to build a rapport with them before we do these other things, because when you build trust and rapport, then the client will kind of open up and be able to, and they'll want to experiment with doing more things or be more open to do more things. But they don't want to sit in the chair the first day that they meet you and then you suggesting all these things that they're not interested in or they're scared to do. That's a no-go. So trust, honor, respect, and share is very important to me. And another thing too, without you, I wouldn't be able to do what I do, okay? So your needs and what you want are taken in consideration fully and wholly before anything else. Okay, so I know that in the salon, trauma is real. Even before I retired, there were many women that sat in my chair traumatized by past salon experiences. The biggest one is them going into the salon for a trim and then they getting all their hair cut up. I have literally heard of people saying they went from waist length to armpit length in one setting because a stylist felt like that's what they needed to do in the moment. And it created so much trauma for that particular woman because we're emotionally attached to our hair. I am too, even though, me personally, I'll cut a lot for my own self. But when a client is sitting in my chair and they're putting all their faith and trust in me and they're emotionally attached to their hair, there's no way I'm going to cut off 6 inches if that's not what they're comfortable with. That's not gonna happen. As I said before, building the trust and rapport is more important to me than me cutting off all their hair at once. Once that trust and rapport is built, then when they come back to the next appointment, maybe we can cut some more. Because even though people will tell you this, yeah, not trimming your hair will cause it to split up, but that's something that happens over a long period of time, not over a couple of months or, something like that. You can baby trims, and sometimes that's necessary so a person can kind of let down their guard and, want to cut more. I have never once had a customer that when we decided not to cut or not to cut as much, that didn't eventually reach their goals. It's more than one way to skin a cat. Some people want to just go and just cut it all off and, hey, whatever. It creates trauma. Not for everybody, but for a majority of women. And they'll sit in the chair and they'll be like, oh, it's beautiful, and go home and cry. And then they'll call me later on and be like, I got all my hair cut off, and they're crying in my chair. So some people go about the whole blunt, I'm gonna, cut all your hair off all at once. And then you have people like me who take into consideration my customers' feelings about their hair, first and foremost, because that's what matters. They're paying me at the end of the day. you know. So when essentially, they're my boss. Well, not really, but they kind of are when it comes to their own hair. So I have to build trust and rapport with them so that they'll come back, meaning loyal customers, and you know, they'll trust me to cut more later on down the line without them being bullied into something they don't want to do. So yeah, and then we can cut more, you know. And as I said before, everybody who has started off where I didn't cut their hair, they eventually wound up reaching their goals if they did what I told them to do. Okay, and it's not about me. It's not about me. It never has been, it never will be. It's about you. It's about what you want. It's about your needs and your desires. So I want you to feel comfortable when you're sitting in my chair and feel like you can trust me and relax during the process. I don't want you cringing. I don't want you bracing or anything like that. I want you to be able to experience everything, relax, enjoy, because when we're going to get our hair done, it's supposed to be a positive experience. You're supposed to feel beautiful, you know, when you come out of the chair, not traumatized, okay? Trauma should come from other areas. Actually, trauma shouldn't come from any area, but it does because life is life. But it should not come from the area of your hair care. Not when you're sitting in a chair paying somebody to traumatize you. That's not cool. Okay, so hair, like salon trauma, is a real thing. And I've met so many women that have experienced it, but you will not experience that in my chair. I will never cut more than what you're willing to cut. I'll never try to nudge or push you into cutting more than you're comfortable to cut. Because my idea of, you know, what I want to cut and your idea can be two different things. We can either cut to middle ground, or we can only cut an inch, or we can cut nothing. It's all up to you. Okay, so I created my salon space to be a safe haven for women. There's a lot of women out there who want to get their hair done, and they're afraid to go to the salon because of the trauma that occurs. But in my salon, you have a safe space. If you just want to come in and get your hair washed, silk pressed, and curled without me cutting, by all means, I'll be more than happy to do that for you. Not a problem. You know, it's not about me. It's not about me creating this fantasy for Instagram. It's about me giving you what you want and helping you feel beautiful and loved and cared for and seen. Okay, so I know this is a long video, but I want you guys to watch it from start to finish simply because I want you to see the process of how things go in the salon, the process of the consultation, the process of me taking into consideration my client's needs and wants, the process of me considering her past trauma and all those type of things. So watch the video start to finish. There's a lot of tips in there too that you might learn from. And also, you know, you might be a person who has been in this situation before and you're looking for a stylist who will take your needs into consideration. So watch the video start to finish, and then you guys can comment below what you think, and comment below if you have any issues, you know, in the past with other stylists, or if you had any trauma that you incurred in the salon. I would love to hear your stories. I'm here to help. I'm here to help you move into a place of healing when it comes to your hair. God bless you all, and I will see you later. Watch the whole video. Watch the whole video. Love you guys. Oh. Yep.
Oh, look at
Welcome to Lengthy
It should
Strands
say,
Salon.
stay awake, Ashante. Stay awake. Don't be too comfortable because I don't have to worry about you. You know what I mean? When she's snagging my hair, she
Yeah, I know.
just on guard all the time. Just
So you've been through it, huh?
yeah.
So has everybody else. And everybody's like, I'm so glad you're back. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Was this a choice? The length?
So I had it cut a few times.
Uh-huh.
More so just kind of it's growing back because now it's about here the last time I pulled it, but I, you know, when the beautician takes a picture and they're like, yeah, your ends are, you know, yeah, I know.
So you're a victim too.
Just afraid, you know what I mean? Like, am I doing something wrong?
Oh my
And
gosh.
you know, so yeah.
Okay.
But it's growing back.
Good.
It is.
Good.
Because I checked it just recently.
I know when I saw you last, you were headed towards like tailbone
I
or something.
was tailbone.
Oh.
But it's and that's kind of one of the other reasons why I've been doing protective styles. You know, to grow it back. And I said I wasn't going to go back to the, you know, because you feel pressure because you feel like, you know, they're constantly wanting to show you and use that white cape and show you how you can see through your ends and, you know, so. Yeah. So I said I wouldn't, you know, let that happen again.
Not here.
Yeah.
You know that ain't happening.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even say, I don't even want to say like it's a trend. I want to say it's a problem. Because it's almost every woman who has come to me in the past couple of weeks. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
So when you put your buns up, how high are they? High, okay. And the braid pattern, when you get your wigs done, what does that look like? Is it straight back? Is it a circle?
They're doing like around like this. Okay. And then there's 2 braids here.
Okay.
And then it's
like
zag through.
Okay. Because there is a little bit of thinning, not much, like in the interior of your hair. Like when I go, I see this.
Okay, so this part is out when I'm doing the wigs.
Okay.
And I have flat ironed it more than probably I should.
Okay.
I don't know if that's
It
part
could
of
be part
where
of it.
because it's right in.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That might be part of it. We ain't gonna go with that I trust you stuff, because in all actuality, like if you're gonna continue to wear protective styles, and it's just a suggestion that you cut off more than not.
Okay.
Because your hair is gonna be tied up, you're not gonna see it, you're not gonna be thinking about it like that. And in the meantime, it's gonna be thriving underneath.
Right. Okay.
There's also the middle ground. Whereas you could, do like little by little.
Okay.
You know, it's just whichever route you want to go. Little by little does work.
Yeah.
I've done it many times.
Yeah.
And people wind up with whistling hair.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just a matter of, you know, what you want to do.
Okay.
I can just clean it up on the bottom a little bit, maybe take an inch off.
Okay.
That might work to get rid of some of the snags, but I'll show you what it looks like so you can see for yourself.
Okay.
And then we can go in with the trim.
Okay.
Yeah, no pressure. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I see now.
Yeah, but I can just go clean up the perimeter a little bit just to give your hair less of that snag from when you're handling it. And then, you know, later on down the line, maybe 3 or 4 months, you can go in and get some more.
Okay.
You good with that? Okay.
Yeah. Let's do that.
All right, cool. Yeah. But yeah, I'm glad you know, made the decision to go ahead and trim, because I think it's going to be beneficial for you before you go into the style.
Okay.
Yeah, but we'll just clean it up.
So I do have a question.
Yeah.
If you were to cut it, if you were to do what you really wanted to do, how many inches do you think you would take?
To be in a good zone, I would say that much. That's about, yeah, I would cut that off.
Okay.
Yeah, that's probably about 4 inches of hair. Yeah, I'll just.
Is it 4?
Yeah, it's about 4 inches. I would cut that. I could go in between that. It's really up to you. I could not trim anything. It doesn't matter. But it is really not as bad as somebody else would make it seem like it is. Because somebody else would definitely probably go here. Yeah. How about if I make a cut and then you look at it, and then if you want me to go take more, I will.
Okay, so we'll go with an inch now.
Yeah. And then I'll let you look at it.
Okay.
And then you'll be like, okay, Tamika, that's not too bad. And then I'll go in with some more.
Okay.
I think that's safe because you can't put it back, but you can cut small.
Okay.
Hopefully the white cake didn't intimidate you. I thought about that after I put it on. I was like, ooh. But it does help me see too.
Yeah.
So I won't cut too much. Because you know our hair be dark.
Right.
Like you cut dark hair on.
It'd be like an extra thing.
She ain't cut nothing. Yes, I did.
Oh wow. Okay.
It does look slightly better though.
Yeah.
And that was just like a, you know, yeah.
A little bit more.
I made this video on YouTube. I don't know if you saw it, but it was called.
Take another inch off.
Okay. It was called How Much Should I Cut? And so I pretty much had like, I did it where I let people choose like how much they think I should cut, and then I went and did the cuts. So I individually did them. I did the first one. Some people were like, that's cool, because you know, conservative folks. And I did the second one. They were like, yeah, that's good, that's good. And some people were like, cut it on up. I did not.
Can I actually show you the pictures from my last cut so you can see? Because I'm wondering,
yeah, absolutely,
if this is new or if it's because she didn't cut all of it. I think there was still
some left. Yeah.
So this was the first time, right? And then she cut it to this. Okay. So this is when she said, okay, it needs to be cut.
Okay.
She cut it across like that.
Okay.
Then when I came back about 3 months later, that's where it was. And then she cut it to that.
Why does she keep cutting your hair like that? It's weird because your hair doesn't grow like that. And with you wanting to grow your hair out, you don't do those type of cuts because it's always going to make it seem like your hair is, because your hair is going to go right back into that V. So you need to cut it in the shape that it's going to grow so we can get more fullness faster. That's not cool.
Yeah. So this was then. So there was still areas that needed.
And she should have. Yeah, you have to cut with the flow of the hair, not with how you want it to look. Yeah, that's a problem.
So there was still work to do.
But if she had to cut it in the V, then it wouldn't have been as much work.
Right.
Because she's cutting it against how your hair naturally falls. And that's what the problem is. She's trying to create, she's trying to make your hair have a shape it's not going to have.
Exactly, because when it grew, it was still.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
So there were still areas.
But had she cut it in the shape that your hair grows in, then it would not have looked that way when you came back. Because your hair is fighting against this. That's no. That's what the problem is.
Yeah.
No blunt, no straight across stuff. I don't do straight across unless your hair is like that. I try to make sure I cut in the way that your hair is shaped.
Yeah, and I think that's why it doesn't look bad. When you showed it to me, I'm like,
I know, right? I know. I'll take a little bit more in. Okay. All right.
And then how often should I moisturize my hair?
3 times a week. You didn't know that?
In a week?
Yeah, in a week. 3 times a week. Because your hair needs moisture.
I mean, of course, I moisturized it, prior when I was really on top of my game.
Of course.
I was moisturizing it often, but I didn't know that you could do that.
Now, if you were just wearing weave just to wear weave, then no, you would do that. But because you're actively, growing your hair out, you have to do that because just putting it up is not enough. Yeah, just putting it up is not enough. The only person I know whose hair can thrive with not doing anything is my baby girl. She has some of the most oiliest hair this side of century, and if she puts stuff on her hair, it just weighs it down even more, and it's just like, no, we can't. Yeah, her hair is really oily. So we don't put anything on her hair. Like, she's, it just makes it greasy. Grease on top of grease. Yeah, for the most part, when people are trying to grow their hair, they don't want like bluntness.
No, I don't want all my lengths taken off.
Yeah.
At all.
People don't want blunt. Yeah. Now we know where the splits are coming from. Not moisturizing. We can do something about that. And what you could do is, if you want to get rid of the damaged hair quicker, what you could do is every time you take your weave down, go on ahead and get a trim. Like every time you take it down, and let that trim be, you know, that inch off. And you'll stay like at the same length, but you'll get rid of the damaged hair.
Okay.
And you'll start looking a little bit better. I have some customers that come in for healthy hair makeovers and I can't cut their hair for months. Because if I do, then the hair's gonna be too short for what I'm trying to do.
Right.
So as long as it's tied up and you're, you know, taking care of it, then you'll be fine. Don't let people scare you into saying, oh yeah, it's gonna fall out or then that's not gonna happen.
Like if you don't do it right away, like
Yeah.
if you do it in the next 3 months, it's gonna split all the way up and then there's nothing you need.
Yeah. Don't let people scare you into that. If I hadn't, if I hadn't done it myself, then I, wouldn't know. But I had a lot of customers where I could not, cut their hair from the beginning. Just is what it is. I mean, it is more than one way to skin a cat, right? It looks and feels so much better already. And me, I prefer a softer, more gentle approach. That way you'll feel good about the whole process instead of it being trauma that you have to get over.
Yeah, so the wig I was wearing had like this like a mesh.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. You couldn't get through to it.
Absolutely.
I totally get it. Yeah. You don't need to be wearing that.
I won't, not anymore.
Yeah.
This looks real. Yep.
And your hair, every time I've ever done your hair, it's always been BVV. So yeah, it's gonna keep the V. Cutting it straight across is not gonna. It's still good. And the thing is, when it grows out, just because it grows out uneven looking doesn't mean that it's split. It just means that that's the natural shape that your hair grows in. And we shouldn't fight against it. We should work with it.
Right.
That way you can have all of your BB.
Yeah.
But it looks so much better, even with the couple of inches that we cut off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a natural shape to it.
So where does my hair fall now? You can tell me just so I can get a.
So right here.
Okay.
Need a couple of pictures
And
over
then
here.
I think that when I come back to you, I think I might want to just go ahead and do the next 2 inches and just
Okay. Gotcha.
because of the way that you cut it, You know what I mean?
It's gonna be right and tight. It's gonna look more. It's gonna look more like its natural fullness. They're trying to fight that blunt cut is not serving anybody any purpose here.
Yeah.
Like zero purpose.
Yeah, and it makes it look much shorter than what it needed to be because it didn't. All of that didn't need to come off.
No, it did
just took it all off because you wanted to, you know, how they wanted it to look.
Yeah, that shape that everybody craves. I don't care anything about that. Because even, you know, after me cutting off a couple of inches, but giving it the same shape as the way
It doesn't look. It doesn't feel like I've lost anything at all.
Exactly. Yeah, it looks good. Yeah, it looks really good. I went in the interior and did a little chop, a little something, but it's really good. Yeah, even with the white cape. I'm going ahead and see how you want me to install this weave.
I want to part in the middle.
Okay. Easy. Yeah. Okay, easy. You know, now that you're with me, you know what you need to do. You know I'm gonna cut your hair to how it complements your natural hair growth and everything. You're gonna get there a lot faster. So, excuse me. You're gonna get there a lot faster.
I'm not worried at all. My goal is to get that back down the tailbone, and it will be happening in no time.
Yes, no time. And with your hair growing as fast as it is, it might be just a year. Yeah, and that's not that long. So I'm excited for you.
I am too. So you're not gonna leave because I will stalk you.
No.
I was low key stalking you on YouTube.
Everybody's been saying they've been stalking me. I'm like, oh my God.
Prayer and a little stalking.
I think y'all prayed me back here.
Yes.
I really do, between y'all and some life circumstances.
I know I can get a prayer through.
Uh-huh.
I was like, Lord,
y'all prayed me back here.
I was like,
I'm telling you.
my hair is in a mess.
Uh-huh.
You know, and even in the wig, I was like, man, I want to be able to get to my hair. You know. Yeah. I was just hoping that, you know, because it's braided up and it's, you know, that
not enough. Unfortunately, it's not enough.
Not for me, not for my.
For most people, it's not. I've only run into 2 people like that. My daughter and I had another customer. And out of all the many hundreds of heads of hair I've been in, you've got to moisturize.
Yeah, and that's because when I think about like what you cut, that's almost as much as my hair is grown in the wig. It's like, okay, well, that wasn't productive. That was the whole reason why. I mean, obviously for convenience as well, but I was looking to gain
something, right? Girl, don't get me started on these 6-month weaves.
God is right. Listen, you know, I asked you, I was like, how long?
No, 2 months. Because I have 6-month weave customer and it's backfired on her. They push you staying in weaves that long. You cannot stay in weaves that long. You know, and it might work for some people.
But you can't, like...
It's not across the board. It doesn't work for everybody. What works for most people is 2 months.
Okay. Well, I will be taking it out in 2 months.
Yes.
I do not want to sabotage it.
And then it started growing back and looking crazy and stuff. Come on now.
And you take it out and it's like tons of like chunks of dirt coming out of the braids. And it's like, oh...
Come on now. How is that even healthy? Okay, so are you going to want to wear it up some?
If that's possible.
Well, I can leave out some of the back.
You know what? I don't think so. My kitchens are the tightest and I don't want them to possibly revert and then they start tangling and then I get a lot of breakage. That's probably one of my problem areas here because my hair texture is tighter than a lot of the other parts. So no.
Okay, because I was going to talk you out of it anyway. Okay. But I'd have to ask.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that.
I have to give you the option, but for what you're trying to do, it's best to tie up as much of your hair as possible. So with that being said,
can you leave just a little bit of leave out?
No, we're going to leave out.
Okay, just a little bit, right?
Okay. As much as I need to cover and not give you Frankenstein. We can't do Frankenstein. There's no Frankenstein up in here. Why are you laughing? Look. You know what I'm talking about.
I do.
You know what I'm talking about. Let me ask you this, because I do have customers that they prefer for me to braid everything up except for the leave out that we leave on the top. Is that something that you would be willing to do? Because that means I'll braid everything up except for that. And I can bring the hair forward some, that way you can still kind of pull it back, and it'll be like, it looks like your edges are slicked back. So and that'll give all of your hair a break minus this. Okay. So the leave out part, do you go into work or do you work from home?
Home. Most of the time I'm home.
Oh, you can just tie it down. You got to be putting heat on it and stuff. Because heat only on shampoo deep condition days. That's it. No heat in between.
Well, my issue, in all fairness, that humidity is the devil.
Oh, no.
And I was like, why did I choose to do this during the summer? You go out, you're not doing anything, and it just starts to, you know what I mean? And so that was my biggest thing, because I'm not into putting heat in my hair all willy-nilly. But that was one of the issues.
Okay, I got you.
Otherwise, I can maintain the straightness of it.
Also, I'm going to give you a trick. This is something that a lot of people pass up on, and most people are not going to tell you this. Okay, so whatever I decide to leave out, I'm just going to give you an example or whatever. Whatever I decide to leave out, oh, sorry, my apologies. Whenever, like after you go home, and it's part of your maintenance, whenever you comb your hair, your weave, do not comb them together. Separate the leave out from the weave, and then comb that first. And then you can lay this over it and then comb it. Okay, for whatever reason, I don't know why it is, we tend to be rougher combing weave or brushing weave as compared to our hair. So you separate your own hair from that. Because a lot of times what happens is people, they brush it all together and it starts getting all frayed.
I was doing that.
Separate it.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, that's what separates you from the rest. Just those little, Yeah.
Because I can. Yeah, it's not about a look. It's not about me trying to show off and all the type of stuff. It's about you and helping you get your results. Yeah. And it makes me look good. But it's not about me looking good. It's about you looking good.